Hmm. Come on, phone. My phone is just gonna be a pain. Where do I put it? Put it all the way over here? Why did I do that? I feel like... What is it about this camera that, like, all of a sudden it's impossible to see anything? I'm actually still really impressed with how well this turned out. But, I mean... I'm curious to see how well it survives, like, the dishwasher and stuff. What is up, guys? Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I was just talking to myself for a minute, like a normal person. Welcome, everyone. Jacob Beitler, IQ 200, Lyrical Wasabi, Solar, Sat for the Boys. Shh, hush now. No tears, only dreams now. Hey, man. What is up, guys? What is up? Henny Benany, welcome back. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I got my my first piece of merch in the mail, which is funny because it looks... I'm actually really proud of this, and I threw this together in like 30 seconds. Meaning I designed it in 30 seconds. I ordered it from Stream Elements. They made it. I don't know how to make a mug, so... this is really cool. I basically took an old graphic that I still had, which was it's a banner I designed when I went to TwitchCon like last year, and so it's pretty cool. It has like a few of our like guidelines and stuff, like be kind, be helpful, stay tricky, welcome to CoinTrick, like a picture of me here in the corner, a picture of my latte art. It says join Discord and share links, and there's a QR code, which is kind of misleading, because the QR code actually takes you to my channel, not to the Discord. I should probably make one of those that does go to the Discord, though, instead. So, I'm going to turn battery saver on my phone, because I'm really terrible about charging it and keeping it alive. Welcome, everyone. I'm from Charlotte, from IQ 200. Sweet, dude. You've probably run into me at some point, because I've been all over this city. Going to meet my girlfriend in Canada for the first time soon. Man, good luck, dude. I'm excited for you. I'm from Ohio, from Mask B. Welcome back, Mask. Mystic Art 17, hi. Hello, dude. Ivo's Case, welcome, dude. Isaac 0300, you so cool. Thank you, man. Thank you. I try really, really hard. Too hard, probably. Landon Hashi. Let me double check and see if, because sometimes when I post... Oh yeah, okay, cool. There's one time I posted a TikTok that got no views for like 40 minutes that drove me up the wall. And I've recently gotten a bunch of comments on the last Storytime video. Henny Benany, thank you for the cheer, I appreciate it. Cheers, bits, subs, tips, and donations are gonna... Cheers, hold on. Cheers, bits, subs, tips, and donations. Yep, I'm sure those are all different things. I thought I'd like mention one of those twice, but they're all gonna go a long way for me right now and in the future to help me to continue to do this like full time and make more of these live streams for you guys. So guys, thank you for all the new follows. Welcome, everybody. Oh, I need to shave again. Oh no. Kaji aware you has coin. Welcome and thank you for cheering those bits. I appreciate it. Sin City Bartender, welcome back, dude. Yo, isn't it late over there? Oh, that's right. You're in Vegas, I think, right? So you're what time is it there? Like 10 p.m. probably? Yeah, it's 1:30. I got home from work at midnight, and I crashed on the floor for like a quick 20 minutes, and then I decided to try and go live. I'm really close to qualifying for partnership on Twitch, so I'm making that grind and making that effort to try and get more days streamed and more hours streamed. Welcome, everybody. All these new people following. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up, God's Frosty? Welcome, dude. Just saw their TikTok. I'm assuming that's supposed to be just saw the TikTok. Thank you for tuning in, dude. I appreciate it. Welcome. Coin partner from Soup Dog. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I hit partner. But I do know that it'll mean that like we'll have a whole lot more emotes and stuff that we can use on the channel, and it'll expedite me doing this full time. So that's really what I'm looking forward to. Operator 668, welcome, dude. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing well, man. It was a long day at the bar. Just saw the TikTok from YBB. Welcome, dude. Thank you for tuning in. RDC Demon Toaster. Hello there. Welcome, man. Any advice, any experience with Karens from vegan women's rights activist? What a name to have. That is a long name. Yeah, tons and tons. Karens are relatively common. I've got a pretty high threshold. Did you see my question from Masked Bee? It's probably getting buried under all of the other comments that I'm getting. You guys might not see it, but Stream Elements also will like fill up my chat with like so and so has followed, so and so has donated, and stuff like that. So sometimes it's hard for me to read every single comment unless it's highlighted. Declan Arms, welcome, dude. Thank you for highlighting that comment, man. Welcome. Yancel Morales? Yeah, Yancel Morales. Welcome, dude. Say you in my For You page. Oh, saw you in my For You page, probably. Sweet, dude. Welcome, man. Woke Murphy. Bar backing. Woof. Are you doing that now? Hey, I know you've probably answered this before, but what's the worst probably I'm sure that's meant to be what's the worst night at the bar, David the Great. Thank you for tuning in, showing up, highlighting that comment. It's a good question. There have been a lot of really just terrible, awful, no good nights at the bar. It would be really hard for me to pick the one absolute worst. So just a handful of just really bad nights. Like we've had nights where we lost the power and lost a ton of money. We've had the bar flood. We've had the pipes get plugged and back up twice. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of weird stuff. Hi, I follow you on TikTok. Oh no, where does it go? Super cool kid. Thank you for tuning in, man. That's actually that guy's username. Not just me saying that he's cool for following me, but you are cool for following me. Came from TikTok, JB123123. Welcome, man. I'm assuming that's supposed to be well damn, boy. Welcome, dude. Welcome. What's the craziest drink you've ever made? There's like 3 questions in there. There's a highlighted one here from Declan. Hey, I'm highlighting this because you actually said my name right, unlike everyone else who says it right. Love your TikToks, man. Keep it up. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, my roommate in college, his brother's name was Declan, so I'm not actually even sure how you would mispronounce that unless you're just trying too hard. Declan. I need to put something in this mug, but I'm also afraid that it's not going to survive the dishwasher. Here from TikTok, Beast Pro, welcome, dude. Supreme Tween 7, have you ever spilled a drink on someone? Yeah, for sure. Reed, yo, thank you for the raid. Everybody from Reed's stream, thank you for tuning in, guys. Welcome, everybody. If you don't know how I know Reed, Reed is actually one of the moderators here, and he's a large part of the community. So like in Twitch and in Discord, he's helped me here. He's been on the bar, he's been on stream, and I hijacked one of his recipes at my bar today. I did give you credit though. I made it, and I told my coworker and I told my guest what it was that I was making. They loved it, and they were like, "Where'd you learn how to make that?" And I had to be honest with them, so I was like, actually, one of my regulars and a good friend of mine made it for me once. So I should write that recipe in my book. In fact, I could probably do that now, but I don't know what to call it. I called it a Oaxacan nail because it has mezcal in it. Yes, should do a stream drinking absinthe from a mug. I don't mind drinking absinthe. I'll do a shot of absinthe. Oh. This is not actually a speed pour on top of this. That is actually an aerator for a bottle of wine. I need to get another bottle of this. What's your favorite drink? Greetings from Brazil. It'd be really appropriate if I said caipirinha, but it's not. That's not my favorite drink. Welcome, dude. Thank you for tuning in, highlighting that comment, and showing up in chat. My favorite drinks, I have four. Manhattan's daiquiris, cold brew coffee, and lattes. Just all for different reasons and different moods and things. I made 137 bar backing today. That's for bar backing. That's pretty decent. I'm assuming you get tipped out maybe like 15% probably. Hey Cointrick, your vids are awesome. Love from Australia. Dude, thank you for tuning in and making it here. I know it's one of the reasons I actually went live, even though it's really late here. And I went live at like 1 p.m. earlier. Yesterday, technically now. Because I'm trying to connect more with a bunch of people who don't actually get to make it to so many of my live streams. So I'm glad you could make it, man. Can you make an old-fashioned Please Notice Me from Bok Bok? I'm not going to take a shot of absinthe and then make myself an old-fashioned. Not one right after the other. I am going to take a minute after I finish this before I make another drink. Cheers, guys. Man, it's my favorite way to take shots. I don't recommend doing this because it'll clear you out. If you take a shot of something really heavily aromatic like Jägermeister, Fireball, absinthe, overproof whiskeys and stuff like that, if you take a shot of that, what you should do, what I do, is the first thing I'll do is just sort of hold my breath for a second, and then I'll inhale, and then exhale through my nose. Which is, there's a word for it. It's like retronasal something, I don't remember. But basically it just makes sure that the liquor that I'm drinking hits all of the receptors all the way through my palate. Mystic Art, hi, how was your day? Also, love your TikTok videos. Dude, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the compliment. Thanks for highlighting that comment. We also got Ordo Plays. Hey, got another one from Australia. Oh, welcome, dude. Welcome. I've been watching you for a while, but never even knew you had a Twitch. Thanks for highlighting that message, dude, and thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. If you guys are from Australia, let me know what part, because the only part and I've never been, but the only part I'm, like, familiar with is New South Wales. I think, because I have a couple of friends who live there, who I met through live streaming and gaming. What was the question? There was a question. Oh, just how was your day? Yeah, good question. It's been a long day, but it's been pretty great. I've streamed twice in 12 hours, and with this live stream, the only barrier I have between me and qualifying for partnership. And granted, if I fill all of the requirements, it doesn't guarantee that I get partnership on Twitch. But the only qualification that I'm missing now is I need to stream for 4 more hours in the next 3 days, I think, is how the math works out. I'm not completely positive. Oh man. Hey man, love your content. What's your least favorite drink to make? From Nebulax Incorporated. Great question, dude. Thanks for tuning in, showing up, highlighting that for me. My least favorite drink to make, and this is gonna sound really petty, but it's martinis. For a bunch of you who are tuning in probably for the first time, haven't heard me go on this long tirade, it's a hill I'm willing to die on, that everybody wants their martini a specific way. Nobody actually knows how to order their martini correctly. So that's just, it takes so much more effort for me if I'm working with a guest and I'm trying to figure out what kind of martini they actually want to order, because like I have a lot of guests that are like, hey man, can I get a Tito's martini? I'm like, sure. How do you want it? Well, can I get that dry? I'm like, okay. How much vermouth do you want? Oh, I don't want any vermouth. I want it dry. And I'm like, okay, cool. Live on the East Coast, lovely part of Australia. Not really familiar at all with the East Coast. Can you make an old-fashioned from Bok Bok? I can. I'm not going to right after taking a shot of absinthe. That's just be really irresponsible. I also took a beer from work So I've already had 2 drinks and within like the last hour or so. So, and I haven't eaten a whole lot. So it'd be just really, even though I'm not driving anywhere and I am off tomorrow, it'd just be really irresponsible for me to do that just because I can. From Jackson Dowdy, I'm missing a few comments here that are getting highlighted. Fisherman, welcome, dude. Hi from North Carolina. Sweet. Always glad to meet another person from North Carolina. Hope you're doing well. What's your favorite drink to make? From Heimdall. Manhattan's, daiquiris, cold brew coffee, and lattes are my 4 favorites. And then from Jackson, can you try to make a drink with G Fuel or some kind of mixture like that, please? So, a good question. Welcome, dude. Thanks for highlighting that for me. I actually haven't gotten a question like that recently, or at all, ever. But my brother and I, when the gyms were open, had this very bad habit of trying to figure out how to work pre-workout into a cocktail before we went to work out. And it's generally just not a good idea, right? Because so many things can go wrong in your body when you're mixing uppers and downers and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, we're lucky we didn't hurt ourselves doing that, but we stopped doing that. Notice Me from Roxas. Welcome, dude. Also, good luck with partnership. I have faith you'll do great. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I live on the North Coast. Lovely place to live, mate. I'd like to check it out. I'd like to go visit Australia sometime. From Axie, why is your name Cointrick? Somebody in chat can probably answer this, but I'll try and be concise. I go by Cointrick because coin is an anagram for my name. My actual name, well, my nickname, I guess, is Nico. My actual name is Nicholas, but or Nicolas, but I go by Nico, and I chose Coin because it's the same letters rearranged, and I thought it would be cheeky, and it wouldn't be as arrogant as naming myself Icon. So I just tacked Trick on the end of that because I thought that would be kind of like fun and gimmicky. So I've just stuck with that since then. It's terrible for SEO, so it's remarkable that I have any modicum of fame or popularity. From B Huntoon 21, you ever play any of the Dark Soul games? I have for a non-consecutive 40 minutes. Total. I've sat down to play it a handful of times. I can only stand to play it for so long before I just get angry at myself and the world and give up and just rage quit. Hola, Mario, welcome back, dude. Biggest tab you've seen from Phoniter, I think is how that's pronounced. Welcome, dude. The largest tab I've seen, I think, was $1,500 for a group of 7 people. I think it was 7. Because there was Adam, Daniel, David. Maybe it was 5 people. I only remember 3 of the guys, because 3 of the guys are my regulars, and they always fucking, like, drop a dime. They spend good money. And they tip well. Nick, welcome, dude. Please make a drink based on Phineas and Ferb and call it Perry the Platypus. It would be awesome. The drink itself would have to make no sense. I'm not really sure how I would make a drink that would be appropriately named Perry the Platypus. Also, poor Perry should probably make that drink. I feel like he would be more apt to design something like that. Bye, I'm going to bed. Raise vibes, thank you for tuning in, sticking around, highlighting that comment. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your night, dude. Sleep well. Hi, I like your vids. Here's a funny emoji from Brother to Beef. Alright. Thanks for tuning in, showing up, commenting. Dude, I appreciate it. Jackson Dowdy, can you do one of your tricks with the bottle? That gets the weirdest, best reactions. Have to close that. There's nothing in here, though. There's nothing in this. This is a real glass bottle. There's nothing in here. It's empty, and I can drop it, and it's not going to shatter. I am barefoot, though, so I did panic for a split second when I dropped that. If y'all are wondering what flare practice looks like, it looks kind of like that. It just looks like nonsense, really. What's your favorite MCU character? Deadpool. Deadpool's not technically in the MCU. God, I don't know. I really want to like Spider-Man. But I guess Captain America has been my most influential and enjoyable movies in that whole franchise. So yeah, I would stick with that probably, Captain America. Which is like the most fucking vanilla, flavorless answer I could give. But, you know, the truth is the truth. The Shadowfall. Welcome, dude. Welcome. Thanks for highlighting that comment. What's your favorite movie? It really depends on my mood. In general, I typically default to the original animated Tarzan, Disney's original animated Tarzan, because it just holds like a very special part of my childhood. It's really nostalgic for me because there was a Christmas where there was so little for us to do that my brother and I basically would just like if we finished eating and our family wasn't going out to do stuff, we would just be like, you want to watch Tarzan again? Yeah, let's go watch it. Let's see if we can finish watching it 6 times in one day. But so like, it's also generally a good movie and it's got an amazing soundtrack. Real Gusher Fat Boy. What is up, man? Oh, it just says you're new here. Welcome, dude. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hey Nico, what's your favorite game from Caffeine Sugar? World of Warcraft, Crowfall, and Destiny 2 are the 3 that I'm sort of rotating between today. How was your day from Fryman World War 3? Fryman WW3. That was probably really loud, I'm sorry. It's been long, but it's been pretty good. My bar shifts are getting kind of... I enjoy what I do, and I like the people that I work with. I like my guests, but I'm getting really tired of feeling like the babysitter behind the bar sometimes, where like for example, tonight I was trying to take a break to eat solid food, and my bar manager came around the corner because I was eating in our dry storage area, so he comes around the corner and he goes, "Oh, Nico, hey, can you hop back behind the bar and help Natalie out? She just got like a bunch of drinks." And I go, "Oh, okay." I put my food down, I put my mask back on, I go behind the bar, and she has 2 tickets for 2 old fashions and a margarita. So I look at the tickets and I'm like, "Okay, I can make these. What are you working on?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not working on anything. That's all I have to do." And I'm like, well, did I seriously just get called behind the bar to make 3 drinks? And our old fashions are batched. They're barrel aged, so they're batched ahead of time. So you literally just pour that into a glass and garnish it, and it's good to go. So that's what I mean by like babysitting. If ever there needs to be more than 1 cocktail made at a time, everyone loses their minds. Have you ever been in a bar fight on a shift? Nope. Bar fights only happen at bad bars. How long did it take you to learn your bottle tricks? From Waffle Hunter. Good question. Thanks for highlighting that. Welcome to the live stream, dude. Not long. So there's like a handful of things that aren't like tricks in my opinion. The really complicated stuff, like learning to, I have a guitar sitting over here. I'm gonna smack that with something if I throw stuff. All of the stuff that's like really impressive, like doing a throw and then a bump like that takes a lot of time to figure out like how you need to hold it and like where the weight of the bottle needs to be. There's a whole lot of like testing and stuff like that. But like regular stuff, like anything where the bottle doesn't actually technically leave your hand for very long, that doesn't take long. Like this looks relatively simple. I'm sure maybe this probably looks impressive on camera, but this is a relatively simple. All I'm doing, I'll try and slow it down. I can't control gravity, but all I'm doing is letting it come up and then catching it like that. I'm just doing it in one movement. And you can't do it with all bottles. It's all like a lot of like, you learn the feeling of the bottle. So for example, this is an empty, regular sized liquor bottle. This is a full bottle. It's still 750 mils, but it's a full bottle and it's an odd shape. This is Hall of Fame vodka, if you guys aren't familiar. If I try to do the same thing with this, it's much heavier, and you'll notice the center of gravity is up here instead of down here. So it's a little bit less intuitive when you're working with stuff like that. But in general too, I'm not really a flair bartender. That's like the second level of... It's the same thing, right? When you do this series here, when you roll, catch, pass, roll, catch, pass, the only difference is that you don't do the catch. Ta-da. I didn't think I was actually going to catch that behind the head, not going to lie. Sorry, I missed a bunch of comments. I have highlighted and mead this thrice now. What is your favorite drink you have made with Disaronno? I actually like Disaronno sours, or like Amaretto sours are pretty decent. But in general, I haven't gotten to make a bunch of stuff with Disaronno. I've only ever had it behind the bar once. All I ever made with it was Disaronno sour. That odd bottle looks like a baseball bat. That's intentional, Jacob. It's Hall of Fame vodka, so it's intentionally designed to look like a baseball bat. There's like there's a vinyl wrap. I think it's vinyl, some sort of plastic wrapping around it that looks wooden, so it is intentionally that way. What's the worst order you have dealt with? So many. Anytime guests look at the menu and try and like come up with their own shit is really frustrating. But when guests look at the menu and they try and like convince you to make something with the stuff you have on the menu otherwise, meaning what I mean by that is like, if a guest orders a mimosa, right? In theory, a mimosa is not difficult to make. It's orange juice and Prosecco or champagne, some sort of sparkling wine. And that's it. Those are the only two ingredients. But if you don't have orange juice, it's a pain. About a couple of times a month, guests will order mimosas, and then I have to tell them we don't have orange juice behind the bar. And they'll counter with, well, you have oranges, don't you? And it's the same thing with blue cheese stuffed olives. Like, hey, can I get a Tito's Dirty Martini? And do you guys have blue cheese stuffed olives? No, sorry, we don't have any. He's like, oh, well, you have blue cheese on your menu. Is there any way you could, like, go into the kitchen? And what guests don't realize is, like, when you ask your bartenders to do stuff like that, that's time that's not programmed into the menu or the cost of the food or any of that stuff. So if I have to go into the kitchen and hunt down the blue cheese or the oranges or whatever and then juice that's not programmed into the time that we've planned to spend to make those drinks. So that's now time that I'm not serving anybody else. Blue cheese stuffed olives are even worse because then I need to put gloves on, I need to swap my gloves, I need to clean my hands. They're stinky, they get everything dirty. So yeah, there's lots of ways to answer that question. But in general, I really dislike when guests try to like improvise or like find creative solutions to things. It's like, no. The things are designed on the menu for a very specific reason. There's a whole lot of planning that goes into that sort of stuff. Sat for the boys. Why did it go from 280 people watching to like 100? Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know how to read that. Yeah, the million people on TikTok that don't know that I have Twitch. I'm actually relatively okay with that. I think what I might do is like once every 2 weeks or once a month, I might make a new video saying like, hey guys, there's a bunch of you here who are probably new to my content and stuff, so you might not know that I have an Instagram, a YouTube, and a Twitch if you guys want to go ahead and check those out. We also have a Discord that's like the heart of the community where I like peep in like pretty frequently. And because I don't want to like feel like I'm milking it, and I don't want it to look like I'm milking it. So I don't want everyone on TikTok to feel like, oh, hey, I appreciate you guys being here, but I really want you to be over here. So the bunch of you guys that find me here, that's why I appreciate it. Even like it's a couple of simple steps, but I really appreciate it when you find your way here from there. Justin DN, have you ever had a customer pass out? Yeah, but never from being overserved. Every customer I've ever had pass out, I only ever gave 2 drinks to. Customers usually pass out because they're cross buzzing or cross dosing, and it's typically Xanax is the main culprit. So they'll finish 1 drink, and then they'll pop a Xanax in the bathroom, come back for their 2nd drink, and then fall asleep on the bar. So don't do that. Did you want to be a bartender? If so, how young were you? I don't think I really decided that I wanted to be a bartender until I was 23. And that's because I was a barista at the time, and I was like, man, I basically am already bartending. I'm just not working with liquor. Oh, how little I knew. But you know, I'm better now. Has anyone ever asked you for a drink that's not on the menu? Yeah, all the time. That's relatively common. Do you drink all the drinks you make on your TikToks? No, I don't dump any of them out. But if I don't feel like drinking something, or if I can't for whatever reason, I typically will pawn it off on my brother, or a guest of mine or something. Can you read my previous highlight? Nope, because I am not going to scroll up, because the computer isn't right in front of me. So I'd have to get off camera, scroll up, ignore everybody else who is actively commenting to try and find that. So, nope, sorry. Potato Turtle 7, what's the hardest drink for you to make as a bartender? And love your TikToks. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. The hardest drink for me to make is a little bit... It depends on what I'm prepared for and what I'm not prepared for. Like the example I gave earlier, like a mimosa is a simple drink, but if I don't have orange juice and I now need to squeeze oranges, it takes about 2 oranges of like 2 full oranges of juice to make enough juice to have an adequate mimosa. So that can be a pain in the ass, especially when I need to go and hunt down the ingredients in the kitchen somewhere. In general, though, the hardest drink for bartenders to make is a latte. I'm a bartender. I'm a craft bartender, and I do volume, and I've been a barista, and I can tell you from experience, lattes are the hardest drinks to make. What's the easiest drink to make? Shots. Nico, can you make N on the rocks? Can I see your ID? DW6546, welcome to you. Thanks for tuning in, showing up in chat. An on the rocks is not a drink. Do you know how to do the thing where bartenders pour like 10 shots from one bottle, but each shot is a different color? Yeah, it's I've never needed to do it, and I've never thought of doing it, but I can tell you the technique real quick. There's something that we do if you're making a drink. There's something called layering or floating, where you'll pour something, some other liquid on top of a drink. Typically, you would just do that in a single glass. To do a rainbow of different drinks like that, what you have to do... I'm not going to do the full thing here, so nobody get too excited. But basically, you do that same effect, right? You build a drink in here, and then you float something of a different color. So typically, you would build like a big red drink up to about here, and then you would float some blue curacao or some other like blue liquid at the top. And then without mixing it, you just put the strainer on it immediately and start straining. And as you're straining, that blue will sift down to the bottom. So that process means that the drink at the very top will be the most blue. And then it'll be da-da-da-da-da, purple, da-da-da-da-da, red, or purple, and then I think yellow, orange, and then red at the end. I think is how it works. It's not difficult. It's not. You just have to know how it's done. Hey man, love your content from Kratos3281. Welcome to. Can you do a drink trick? I don't want to make a drink right now because I've already had 2, and we've only been streaming for, I had one before the live stream, sorry, and I had one on the live stream. And I've only been live for like 35 minutes. If I tried to drink every time people ask me to make a drink, and I don't want to make one and throw it away, I would waste a lot of money and a lot of time being hungover and drunk out of my mind. Darth Karak, when you mention a latte, do you mean coffee or a drink called a latte? Yes. A latte is a coffee drink. Hi, Twitch. Thanks for replying to my Discord DM from hi, my name is Alex. Welcome, dude. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hey, man, have you ever tried what? A Jägermeister bomb? A Jaeger bomb? Can I see your ID? It's gonna be a new emote when I hit partner. It's gonna be one of the first emotes. Yeah, I've had a Jaeger bomb. Please, and on the rocks. Sorry, I've been dealing with, like, drunk people all night. On the rocks is a way to order a drink. It is not a drink proper. It would be like ordering a coffee drink and being like, hey man, could I get a with cream? That doesn't make any sense. Have you ever made a drink with star anise from Woke Murphy? Excellent question, dude. Thanks for highlighting that for me. Yeah, up there, right above me, you guys can't see the whole thing, but there's a barrel. I'll take it down for you, actually. Oof. Little itty bitty barrel with homemade allspice dram. So I made this with all the same spices that you would make spiced chai with, and it tastes just like spiced chai. I'm actually still quite a bit in here, but I'm kind of curious to milk wash this and see how that turns out. Rocks is referring to ice, isn't it? Yes, in general, yeah. Have you ever wanted to quit or skip a day of your job from... Oh, sorry, I missed your username, dude. The short answer to this is yes. So many times. So many. It's a regular compulsion to have. I'd like to think that I'm a better person and I've come out stronger from not giving in to the want to not show up to work or to just quit and give up. I've learned more and I've experienced more by just doing rather than giving up. Have you had any birthdays there from your boy Wildcat 10? So I've worked there for 3 years. If you mean like if I celebrated my birthday at my bar before, no, not really at all, ever. No, actually just no. Straight up no. But I have worked on every single one of my birthdays since I've started working there. I sort of do it to set an example to my coworkers, because one of the things that really irks me is I only request off time from work for like my mental health, or like if I am like sick or I need to travel for like a funeral or something like that. I don't request off for my birthday because for me that it's not a significant day, and I try and demonstrate that to my coworkers, because when their birthday comes around they act like they can't possibly come into work, which is mind-boggling to me, especially since when I've been trying to be humble, and it's really hard. But it's especially hard for me when I work with... this has happened with multiple like bartenders specifically, where, like I mentioned before, I'm the babysitter behind the bar, where they basically just rely on me to do most of the work, and then if there's ever more than like an uncomfortable amount of work, then I get called in, right, or I get relied upon. When I am there basically to make sure that you don't ever get uncomfortable and then you request off on your birthday because you just can't make it into work, I feel like the least you could do is just show up, right? If I'm already doing most of the work for you while you're already there, don't tell me you can't come into work. Is there a difference in taste when a martini is shaken rather than stirred and vice versa? I might get in trouble for this. There is a simple answer to that that would be misleading. The difference is not in taste, it is in texture. And mouthfeel and weight on your palate. When you shake a cocktail, it dilutes more quickly, it gets cold more quickly, and you typically end up with ice shards. It also emulsifies different ingredients that you have in there, which changes the texture and just the sensation of the flavor across your palate. Potato Turtle 7, what is that? Goodbye, I must go. See ya. Love your TikToks. Thank you for tuning in, sticking around, man. I appreciate it. A little slappy, make daddy happy. Oh my god. What made you get a YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok account? That is a long story. That's something that will not ever fit into a TikTok. But I'm trying to figure out how to make this brief. I started on YouTube because I had a degree in film studies, and my friend and I were really heavy into gaming at the time, and we figured, fuck it, we could put together some gaming videos, right? That evolved into live streaming in a couple of months to YouTube, and then after 2 years, I transitioned to live streaming to Twitch. Just because the platform is there for its creators, where YouTube is not. YouTube is not there for its creators. It basically proselytizes their creators for ad space. So I was like, forget that. I'm not going to put myself out there for that kind of energy. So I switched to Twitch, and then I did that for 3 years. I made a TikTok originally about bartending because I had always wanted to use this space to do those kinds of videos. And I originally just recorded one as a funny story that I would show to my coworkers later as like a here's a funny story, but also it's funny because like I made a TikTok, isn't that quirky and weird? And then I woke up and that TikTok had 30,000 views. So I was like, wait, hold on, shit, maybe I should keep this to myself for a minute and not tell anybody, and we'll see how far this will go. And it basically didn't lose steam. So at a certain point I just had to tell my coworkers, hey, I'm not really sure what this means, but I have like a social media following, and the next closest person to me is our bar manager, who is one of the largest influencers in our city. And I grew, my following got larger than his because of TikTok over the span of 2 weeks. So I was growing faster than I knew how to adapt. So anyway, that's a whole other story. But that's sort of how I transitioned from YouTube to Twitch to TikTok, and trying to keep all of those plates spinning at the same time. Film studies, where'd you go? It's Not Motion. Welcome, dude. Thanks for highlighting that. Good question. I went to UNC Wilmington. Favorite filmmaker from Dahof. Welcome, dude. Good question. My favorite film I mentioned earlier is Tarzan, the animated Disney movie, the original animated Disney movie. And my favorite like film is Un Arnulf Reiner. No, it's not that one. What is it called? An Africa Riser? No, Arnulf Reiner is the one I'm thinking of. An Africa Riser is a different film. It's an experimental film that's really, really cool. That really just breaks down filmmaking into its like most plastic components. If you're not a film person, that's probably not going to make any sense. I don't know how to make it simpler, but it's a really hard film to watch. What's the most... Oh, that got buried. Womp womp. King Bird 2, what's up, dude? What is a raid, if you don't mind explaining? Welcome, dude. Good question. A raid, basically, on Twitch anyway, a raid is where I take everybody in chat and basically bring them over to a different channel with me who is already live streaming, and basically bring a bunch of new blood into their, for lack of a better term, into their live stream. Somebody tagged Bar Chemistry. Are they here? Do you know Wutini? You mean Wutak? I don't know him personally, but like we've messaged This is why I didn't make myself an old-fashioned earlier. We have messaged each other on TikTok, and I'd be down to collaborate with him. Apparently, I guess he's doing. I'll give him some free publicity right now for 69 people. I guess nice. He's doing like a really large get-together. I think up in New York. He lives in New Jersey, but he works in New York. Where like if you follow him on TikTok, you get some sort of percentage off. You get to sample a bunch of his craft cocktails, and his vegan food stuff is gonna be there too. Check that out if you're in New York. Claire, I see you in chat. I would recommend you go, but I also know that you don't drink, so that'd probably be a bad idea. Holy shit, Nico is streaming at 2 a.m. Holy shit, it's 2 a.m. Oh god. Somebody roll me up in the carpet and throw me away. Dem Parod. I'm Argentinian. Have you ever had Fernet and Coke? Yeah, all the time. So Fernet is actually one of my favorite. It is literally my second favorite liquor. My most favorite liquor is Underberg, which is just not okay. I don't want to just this because it'll diminish it a little bit, but you think of it as German Fernet, right? Except that it's made with all botanicals that are sourced, I believe, from the Black Forest in Germany by monks. Whereas like Fernet is just made by sourcing ingredients from, fucking wherever. But yeah, I do actually really like Fernet and Coke. Larix Larincina? Question from a hobbyist. What's a skill the home bartender should learn that's usually neglected? Keeping everything cold, etc. I don't know who needs to hear this, but refrigerate your vermouth. Aside from that, I'm holding this like it's a novel. This is just my bar book that I wrote. I need to put Reed's recipe in there. That's why I was holding it. A handful of things, right? Refrigerate your vermouths is a big one because you'll have them for longer, and you don't use vermouth in a ton of cocktails, right? You don't use it frequently unless you're really into making Manhattans and dry martinis or whatever. Refrigerate your vermouths. They'll last longer. You can use them to make more drinks that way. The second piece of advice I would give home bartenders is, man, it really depends on what you're getting into it for, because like you could get into like when to shake a drink and when to stir a drink, but if you're just like doing it as a hobby and you're not like a mixologist, meaning you're not like pushing boundaries to figure out something new, like learning that stuff kind of just comes with the territory, I guess. Keep your citrus fresh is a good one. Citrus herbs, anything that's perishable, never get more than you need, right? And always have a backup plan for an ingredient. So like your limes or whatever, if you know you're going to end up making daiquiris and you buy a bunch of limes, have some backup plan for that, right? Turn those limes into lime cordial, turn them into lime bitters or something so that you don't waste your money, you don't waste the limes, and you can upcycle a lot of that stuff. Also keep everything clean. Nobody wants ants. What was life like for you when you were young as 15 to 19? Same shit, different day. No, I guess at that time I was in high school. I had a weird time in high school because I wasn't unpopular. I was just not cool, I guess. I don't know. I was one of the more liked people in my friend group, I guess. So my high school experience was kind of weird. And I didn't realize until after I was out of high school that I was actually bullied in high school. So I was in that really weird sort of privileged bubble. But yeah, also I had a weird time because I grew up with a lot of Americans, and I don't mean that to sound as though I'm extricating myself from my American friends. But I was born in the UK. My parents were born in Belgium and Colombia. So, Colombia, not Colombia. So my upbringing was very different from everyone else's. So the way that my brain inherently would react to certain situations or problem solve naturally was just fundamentally different from everyone else that I was growing up with, which most of the time got me in trouble, or it just made me very unpopular. Ninja Batman Jr., welcome, dude. Can you make a layer with like water or something because it seems cool? If not, it's fine. Let me think. Yeah, so one of the most common ways to layer something, and one of the easiest ways to learn, is to use ingredients that have different densities. So with water, it's sort of like how water and oil don't mix together, right? So one of the most common ways that bartenders will layer is to layer an overproof liquor on top of a over a diluted drink. The higher alcohol content of the overproof liquor will cause it to float on top of everything else. That's why we call it a float. That's not technically a layer. We call that a float. And then that way you can light that on fire without needing the whole cocktail to be super boozy. That's what the Neptune's Wrath is actually. That's how that works. Except that I didn't. If you've watched the TikTok where I made the Neptune's Wrath, I didn't layer the liquor and then light it on fire. I lit it on fire and then layered the liquor. You don't do that unless you know what you're doing. What's your bar's most expensive liquor? Here, my most expensive liquor is there's a bottle of Don Julio 1942, but it's empty. So my most expensive liquor is the green chartreuse that is up there in the corner, which is $60. I'm not made of money. And then the Don Julio 1942 we have at the bar that I work at. I think it's the most expensive bottle we have there, and that's, what is it? $300, $250, $200? I don't know. Fuck it. What is this? An auction? What's the most embarrassing moment you've ever had behind the bar from Peyton Allen to 2006? I think probably when I spilled the red wine on that guy that I talked about on TikTok. Aside from that, I had a pretty embarrassing moment when we lost the power one night and everyone was panicking, and I tried to save, we have a backup battery, so I was trying to save everyone's card info as open tabs so that they could leave without having to wait for the power to come back. And then when the power came back, we realized none of their card info had actually saved because they couldn't pre-authorize if we didn't have internet. So we lost $650. We lost $650 in sales, which means out of pocket we actually only lost $200, which is, that's a lot of money for some people, but for an operating restaurant, that's not a whole lot of money. Biggest, what is this? Oh, from Fryman, WW3. You're the biggest inspiration to me and make me want to become a bartender when I'm able to. Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely explore your options. It is not for everybody. If you do really want to become a bartender, I'd say, get into the industry, as quickly as possible. It's a skill that is never going to expire, right? And you can take it around the world. It's going to be just as useful in any part of the world if you have any sort of service experience. You're going to start out as either a barista, a server, or a bar back. They all have different bonuses, right? Different things that will teach you a little bit about bartending. Being a barista is harder than being a bartender, though, so I don't recommend that route unless you really, really, really want to learn about coffee. For nobody. No one will ever thank you for knowing so much about coffee. I saw a comment from Claire. Have you talked on stream about the mug on the table yet? I did briefly. I'm so excited about this. I also ordered a shirt. I ordered 2 shirts and a hoodie, but this is my merch mug. It has my old, or maybe this is my current. I think this is my waiting screen when I'm not live streaming and I'm not hosting somebody on Twitch. So up in the corner it says welcome to CoinTrick, and then there's just a photo, and then down here it says join the Discord, and then it says be kind, be helpful, stay tricky, and there's a QR code that takes you to my live stream, and then there's another photo down here. I basically just threw this together because I already had this graphic ready, and I had the option to make a mug, so I did it, but it's I actually really like this, and I'm really hoping it doesn't get destroyed in the dishwasher. Have you ever had a moment when you just put together random stuff and it tasted good? Yeah, all the time, every day at my job, every drink that I make, I just make it up as I go along. That's not true. Yeah, I mean, it happens, but in general, I make informed decisions. Sometimes I'm never really going in blind, because I understand the roles, alchemically, the roles that my ingredients are playing in the whole drink itself, right? I understand what ingredient is meant to be the base or the body of the drink, and then what is bringing aromatics or like scent components, what is the acid that helps break down the sugar, what is the sweetener in the drink. I understand the sort of like alchemical composition of the drinks that I'm making, and that helps me make really informed guesses, really, when I'm putting random stuff together. Love the stream, but I'm going to head out. See you next time you stream. Thanks for tuning in, sticking around, dude. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. You said earlier the QR takes you to YouTube. I may have misspoken, but I did say that it was ironic because here it says join Discord, but the QR code takes you to my Twitch. I might have said YouTube before. The QR code takes you to my Twitch channel, which is a little bit misleading. But that's fine. I might make a QR code later that takes you to the Discord. But I kind of like that the Discord is not hidden, but it's really there for people who make the extra effort to like find more of the stuff that I do. So it ends up being more populated by the more active and involved and supportive members of the community. And we just broke, actually today, we just got over 1,000 members in the Discord. TTV Green Dasher, what's the biggest mess you've made in the bar? Also from TikTok. Welcome, dude. Thanks for finding your way here from there. The biggest mess I've made at my bar. Okay. So it wasn't that hard to clean up. It was just really tedious. I had finished juicing limes for the whole day, and before the bar was open. So I grabbed the box, and I was walking it out from behind the bar while the servers were just tasting wine and talking shit. And as I was carrying the box, which was about 45 pounds, one of the servers just reached over and like tapped the bottom of the box, but didn't say anything. So I was like, okay. I kept walking, and I got to the kitchen to put the limes away, and I put my hand under the box and tried to open the fridge, and the bottom of the box just basically fell out, and all 45 pounds of limes just went fell out of the box, and I had to pick all of them up. God, that's the most embarrassing mess I've made behind the bar. It was equally frustrating because I really wish that because apparently the server, when she tapped under the box, she was trying to tell me, hey, like, it's wet, like, be careful. But instead of saying that with her mouth, she just went, which doesn't help anybody. No reply. That's cool. Cool. That's what I'm here for. Claire's stuff shipped. So my shirts and my hoodie haven't shipped yet. They're still processing, which is kind of odd. Biggest brain fart during a shift. I'm not sure what mine is. Singularity and Savage Boy, welcome guys. Thanks for tuning in. What's the Discord? Use the Discord command in chat. Do / Discord and put it in chat, and you should get the link. The biggest brain fart I've had during a shift? I don't know. I used to have this issue where I would forget like one ingredient in a cocktail. So I had to I don't really do that anymore, but specifically I would have this problem with one cocktail we serve called the Agave Maria, which has 6 ingredients. It's got mezcal, lime juice, Fernet Branca, Peychaud's bitters, pineapple juice, and agave syrup. And the reason this is such a tremendous brain fart is the ingredient I always forgot to add was the agave syrup, and agave is literally in the name of the drink. I appreciate how blunt you are. This is a compliment. I thank you for that. And welcome, dude. I don't know if I've seen your name in chat just yet, but EA Meyer, welcome, man. Yeah, I've been struggling to not feel like a jerk But like I mentioned before, especially and almost, I mean specifically at work, to my coworkers, and it's more so that with everything that I'm doing, all the stuff that I do in and out of work, I'm getting really tired of being treated like the babysitter. Especially since like I make as much money as everyone else. The only way I make more money is if I work longer hours, which means the only way I can make more money is by doing more work, which defeats the purpose because I'm already doing more work. And better work. I don't know. That's all of that stuff is just conversations for another time. I'm not out here trying to throw my coworkers under the bus. They work hard, right? Just a lot of effort in the wrong places. Clarence the Shark. Cool beans. Hey, liked the stream, but I gotta go. See you next time. Have a great night. Mystic Art, thank you for tuning in, sticking around, highlighting that comment for me. Enjoy the rest of your night, dude. When are you gonna take drink suggestions again, or are you done? This might be the tail end of the live stream, because it is nearly 2:30 in the morning over here. Bluntness is okay. Boundaries are important. Yeah, so there's a difference between, I think, being blunt for like the sake of brevity, and then being blunt because you're cynical and a little bit dead inside and tired of everybody's shit. For example, I have one of our bartenders. Her name's Natalie, and she's great behind the bar, and I've stopped giving her so much sass, really, because she's new. But there was a moment when we were behind the bar, and I told her, like, she'd finally stopped leaving things in the sink. And I was like, oh, yo, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're just as good as Kevin now. Kevin is the most experienced bartender, meaning he's bartended longer than anyone else. But suffice it to say, she took that as an insult. And I realized why, and I was like, oh, no, what I mean is that you're not the worst bartender we have anymore. And then I was like, fuck. Just digging myself a hole further and further and further down. Ironically, Natalie and Rita are probably the most capable people we have behind the bar. Kevin is decent. Kevin's great. He gets overwhelmed very easily when he has to do more than one thing. Next time you should make the most colorful drink you can make. It would probably be some sort of rainbow pea flower syrup creme de violette Collins glass drink with a floating flame or something. Which stage are you from? What state are you from? Love from the UK. Thanks for tuning in, dude. What part of the UK? I was born in Berkshire. That's the part I'm from. I'm living in North Carolina. What's your least favorite thing to drink? Water. Tea, ironically. I just can't really get into it. It's 2:30 where I am, Cherry Dum Dum. Sorry. Have a good night. Dude, thanks for tuning in, sticking around, showing up in chat. Enjoy the rest of your night, dude. I, too, am vaguely cynical and dead inside. Possum noises. Yeah, I actually apologized to Natalie today and told her that, like, I'm trying to be less of a jerk behind the bar because I can tell that she's making the effort to actually listen and learn and do better. And she ends up getting, like, the little bit of pent up, like, aggression I have toward just the whole system of how everything is done behind the bar. She ends up soaking that up in small bursts with like the attitude that I have. So I apologized to her for that, and she was basically like, no, like, honestly, it's helped me learn, which is probably not what I needed to hear. But I think I probably need to tell Rita the same thing. The difference, though, is that, like, Rita doesn't really listen to any of the input that I have. She could be great if she would stop believing that she already knew how everything is done behind the bar. Do you make strawberry flavored cocktail? My mom loves that, from TTV Green Dasher. We have one at the bar now. I don't have any strawberries here. I have one at the bar that I work at. I have a strawberry cocktail at the bar that I work at. My favorite though is the strawberry basil cup, which is strawberry, basil. It's 2 strawberries, and then I think it was one strawberry and 2 basil leaves, muddled, and then a half an ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, shaken with 2 ounces of vodka, and then it's just this very good strained into a Collins glass with no topper. But it's a really good, crisp, refreshing, sweet, tart, herbaceous drink. It was just so good, but it's a pain in the ass to make because it has to be muddled every time. What my bar manager doesn't realize is that doing herb-infused syrups is a fool's errand because all of the compounds that you smell from herbs are incredibly volatile. That's why they're so easy to smell. That's why it's so easy to smell mint and smell basil. The compounds that you smell are volatile, meaning they literally they don't go into solution, but they aerosolize very easily. So as soon as you expose them to heat or liquid, those compounds break down very quickly. So like we have 2 examples at my bar right now. We have a cilantro infused agave, which it smells like cilantro because like I said, those compounds are very volatile, but it tastes like agave. You couldn't possibly taste cilantro in there. But we go to the effort of making it because it looks good on the menu. We also have a mint syrup that smells like mint and looks like mint syrup, and like I said, it looks good on the menu, but it tastes like simple syrup. Jocelyn, do you get hit on at work? Every once in a while. Not frequently, though. I think I have a face that's kind of standoffish, and just like a face posture, general disposition that's a little bit standoffish. And I have resting bitch voice, which means that whenever I talk to people, there's something about the way that I speak that makes everyone feel like I'm speaking down to them. And I think it's because I'm never building rapport, which is a term for when you're speaking and you tend to go up in your inflections, and you speak in that sort of upward inflection. You're not quite like doing a Valley Girl accent where everything sounds like a question, but you build every time that you speak. I break rapport when I speak. Everything always ends with a downbeat. It's a very matter-of-fact way of speaking, but when you do that constantly, especially in a service like aspect, where you're meant to be the service for somebody else, it's very off-putting, I think, for people to hear that, but I can't not do it. That's just the way that I talk. Have you ever had to stop a bar fight? Nope. Fortunately. Well, not exactly. I mean, I've stopped bar fights from happening, but I've never had to break up a bar fight. How's your day going from Yo, Kevin Bacon? I'm doing well, dude. Sad Steak. Welcome, man. Welcome. Y'all, this is going to be the end of the live stream. It is nearly 2:30 here. I'm going to find somebody to raid. I'm going to check self-promo in the Discord first. If you guys haven't already joined the Discord, I'm going to see. I know Reed raided me. I think Rebecca might still be live, but I raided her literally yesterday, so I probably won't do that. Am I in the right channel? I am. I am in my own channel, and I guess everything got deleted out of self-promo. There's a Fortnite stream here, but there is nothing on screen, so I'm not going to raid that person. Let me see if there's anybody that I follow that it would make sense to raid. Raven is still streaming, but it's just as late for her as it is for me right now, so I don't want to send a bunch of people over there now when she might be about to go to bed. LinkFan21? He looks like he's got an overlay and everything. I follow so many people just like without really thinking about it. Oh, I remember him now. That's a guy I met at TwitchCon. And then Zesty. He's doing Destiny 2 weeklies. An error occurred. Okay, so maybe not that guy then. Damn. Anybody got any recommendations in chat for people that we could raid? There was a bunch of trolls earlier, so we had to yeet. Oh, no worries, dude. Is it safe to drink a flaming drink? And good night from Little Slappy, make daddy happy. I mean, yeah, relatively, if you know how. In general, though, whenever I have a flaming drink, I'll put my hand over the cup to suffocate the fire, and then I'll drink it after that. That is also dangerous because sometimes the cup itself will be hot, so you might burn your hand doing that. And also, there's a decompression that happens if there's air at the top of the cup, so your hand can get like sucked onto the cup afterwards. Dub zzz. Welcome, dude. I know you get this a lot, but I love your stream and TikTok. I hope you have a good night. And question, when did you have your first drink? My first drink, I think, was when I was 8 years old. It was Budweiser. I don't endorse that behavior. That was a mistake. I stole beer out of my family's fridge, and they didn't know about it. QT Cheerio. Hey man, I didn't know you had a Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, showing up. I appreciate it. I do have a Twitch, yeah. Also, your TikToks made my day. That means a lot to me. Thank you. It's one of the main reasons I'm doing it. I feel like if I struggle to make myself happy in so many ways, it's the least I could do is try and make a whole bunch of other people happy and make their day for them. So that means a lot for me. It helps me get by. Please raid. Let me see if I can find that guy. Is it... Wait. Interesting. Whoop. Hold on. Is it K-A-I-I? Vile Shrew is a bartender from New York who's playing a new game tonight if you're looking for a raid target. That sounds more on brand. Hey, I like what I'm seeing. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right and that we're gonna raid the right dude. Okay, cool. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid Vile Shrew. Oh god, hold on. I think I spelled it right, correct? Okay, I think so. Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, that's a handful of people. I appreciate that. Guys, thank you everyone for tuning in, showing up, sticking around. I appreciate it. I know it's super late for a lot of you, but I'm glad I got to meet a bunch of people from a bunch of different time zones that can't normally make it to my live stream. So thanks for being here, everybody. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks to everyone who's ordered merch, donated, subbed, and all of that stuff. And thanks again for all of your help and support. Hopefully I was helpful and supportive for you guys as well. My next live stream is... Well, today is Sunday. I'm probably my next live stream is going to be Monday night. It's going to be one of my like regular later live streams. It's either going to be at like 5 p.m., 9 p.m. I'll update you guys in Discord. I'm going to be in Vile Shrew's chat for a few minutes if you guys want to continue talking to me. But if you want to talk to me any time of the day, any day of the week, you can join us in Discord, and I sort of pop in intermittently. You can also DM me through there. I've never not accepted a friend request on Discord, so you feel free to DM me. I read all of my DMs. Sometimes I don't respond because sometimes I'll just like read it while I'm in the middle of doing something else. So that's my fault. Just keep reaching out to me. I'll get back to you. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to execute this raid here on Vile Shrew, and I'm going to be in his chat for a few minutes. So I'll see you guys there. Good night, everybody. Oh, it's not letting me do it now. Why? Why, God? Why?
Let's go. Alright, let me invite you.
Wait a second. God damn it.